Elizabeth, and I wanted to share my story about how I got into voice acting. So, I am 24 years old right now. My birthday is coming up in December, and I got into voice acting at first because I studied music right out from high school. I went to UC Davis, and at UC Davis's campus, there were flyers around there was an ad. So, there was a flyer, right? There was an ad for the radio play program at UC Davis. And, excuse me. So there was an ad around campus looking for script writers, voice actors, and I'm not too sure what the flyer said. It's been so many years now. But at the time, they were looking for script writers for the radio plays, and that was what caught my interest. And I was like, I'm interested in writing scripts. I had never done it before, but it seemed very intriguing. So I went to the station on the date that it was posted, and when I got there were about 3 or 4 other students there. They were, I think, mostly freshmen, just like I was, and they were all interested in script writing. And so the director of the program, he told us, there's too many of you interested in script writing. What we really are in need of are voice actors, so we're going to have you guys just get behind the mic and read out some of the scripts. And that scared the shit out of me. Like, no joke. I was just scared shitless. But I got chosen to be the first person behind the mic, and once I was reading the lines, I fell in love with voice acting as a hobby. I don't think I would do voice acting professionally, like as my whole career, my entire career. I think it would be lovely to continue doing my audio projects in a way where voice acting can be part of my career, me directing voice actors and so on and so forth. But I don't know that would make voice acting my only sole career. But I digress. So I just remember that first line I was reading, I was some character who was very sassy and coming up with like sexual witty comments. And the back and forth between me and the other people in the booth was just magical. So I fell in love with it at that moment. And something that I noticed that really surprised me was there was all this fancy radio equipment, the microphones, the little switchboards, all that good stuff. But I saw that the program director was using Audacity to edit the audio. And that shook me because I was using Audacity to edit my music, to edit I think I was just doing musical projects at the time under my YouTube channel of Jade. So I was like, they're creating these fancy radio plays with just using Audacity to edit? I was like, I can use Audacity, and I bet I can do it better. Because I listened to some of the programs that they had online, and they didn't sound that great. With the sound effects and all that good stuff, I was like, I could do a better job. And so, Downton Abbey, my first fan-made audio drama, was created based on that. And then when you go on and you look at my work for Alamondra, my original audio play idea, you can just see the growth that I had in terms of my editing, in terms of my writing, in terms of the quality of the microphones that were used, and so on and so forth. There was just so much growth done. And I hope to propel that forward in my next project of the Blood Bandits. And I'm going to be looking for voice actors starting on my birthday, December 10th, and I hope to see all of you lovely voice actors there. But really, aside from that, when I first found voice acting in that regard, I really fell in love with it. So when I found voice acting at UC Davis, I decided I wanted to keep voice acting there, but unfortunately the next time that I had a role, the program director or the director of the radio plays and so on and so forth, he had me be the daughter of a union organizer. And what he had me do is something that if a director ever tells you to do, never fucking do it. So let's say I'm standing here and this is the edge of the room, right? The mic is all the way over here. Usually you're standing right here, right by the mic, right? You're standing right by the mic, and your voice should be able to project and carry throughout. He wanted me to be yelling, but he wanted it to sound like a distant yelling. Therefore, he had me stand farther and farther and gradually farther away from the mic. But he wanted me to have that high volume of a yell, but from a distance. Now, this is just very lazy on his part, in my opinion now, as a 24-year-old. Back then I was like 18, 19. So I thought it was okay. This man had me yelling from the opposite side of the room, trying to match the same volume of a yell from up close, just to fit his part. Now what he should have done was like muffled the sound, have me stand a little bit farther away with the distant yelling. There's so many different things you could have tried to have done, but to have me do a distant yell from that length for so long, I think I was doing that scene for like 15-20 minutes, trying to yell and get it to be where he wanted it to be. And after that I lost my voice. And it was not just a simple, oh, I just had a sore throat for a couple of days and then I got better. No, I was going to the ER. I went to like 2 different ERs and 2 different hospitals. None of them knew what was wrong with me. I had to go see a specialist. And I never got to go see the specialist because my primary care doctors and my insurance was for Santa Clara County, and I was all the way in Yolo County in UC Davis. So let's just say it did not go well for my voice. Luckily, I had a professor who was a singer, like her primary instrument was her voice, her singing, and she'd let me know. She said, Elizabeth, you need to go on strict vocal rest until your voice gets better. So because she told me that so wisely, and even a doctor was like, oh, I would go with what your professor told you. I was like, aren't you the fucking doctor? Shouldn't you fucking know? But anyways, I went on strict vocal rest for about a month. I drank a shit ton of teas. I don't know, I just remember drinking tea, ginger tea, green tea, every fucking type of tea you could dream up of, anything and everything to cure my voice, and it came back after about a month. And this was a hell month of just me writing in notebooks, presentations given in class, I had to just skip over it. My professors were so sweet and understanding, so, thank you, shout out to those professors years down the line. But that's something too in the industry, is some directors, they don't care if you hurt your voice. They don't care what happens to you. And so you need to watch out for yourself too as a voice actor. And that's why for me, if my voice actors are going through something, or if anything is going on, it matters to me, because we're all human beings, and it's not just about getting the lines in, it's about telling a story. And for me, it's so special when all the voice actors believe in the story that I'm telling, because you can feel the difference. Like when that guy had me just be the union organizer, he didn't let me read the whole script. I didn't know what the hell I was reading. So yes, I provided my voice, but it wasn't the same as being able to do it organically, knowing the whole story, believing in the story, enjoying the story, and picking the part or auditioning for the part. So that's kind of my tragic start to voice acting from UC Davis, and it stemmed into me continuing on to do voice acting. And this channel is not exclusively just the audio dramas. I have put my music on here. I plan to put like a stress meditation on here. It's basically all things audio, so anything with sound you can expect to be on the channel, from music to advice to anything with sound. essentially is what I wanted this channel to be about. But that was just my start on voice acting, and I think my start in voice acting is important to tell, just that way you guys get to know a little bit more about me. And I'm gonna throw in a shameless plug for the Blood Bandits again. But yeah, that was my start in voice acting.